Good morning, children. Today we are going to see an thrilling supplementary, The Red-Headed League. It's a short story written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. In this lesson, we are going to come across a detective who solves a case given by his client. Let us know the characters involved in this play. Sherlock Holmes, he is a famous detective. Dr. Watson, he is a doctor and Sherlock's friend. Jamesy Wilson, he is a red-haired shopkeeper. Vincent Spaulding, he is Wilson's assistant, also known as John Clay. Duncan Rose, he is Spaulding's accomplice, a man with red hair. Mr. Jones, a detective from Scotland Yard.
Let us know what is the case given by the client to the detective Sherlock Holmes. One day, Dr. Watson went to his friend Sherlock's apartment. There he found Sherlock is talking with his client with bright red hair, Mr. Jabez Wilson. Sherlock introduced his friend Dr. Watson to the client and asked Watson to hear the unusual story of the client. Wilson says that he runs a pawn shops where they exchange cash for gold or silver or some other products. One day, his assistant, Vincent Spaulding, showed him an advertisement in the newspaper that there is an job opportunity in the Red Headed League. So, they offer a salary of £4 a week. So, Spaulding, his assistant, asked Wilson to apply for that job. Wilson also applied for the job and he was selected by the head of the league, Mr. Duncan Rose. So, his nominal duty is to go to the office by 10 a.m. and he has to be there till 2 p.m. every day. The work is to copying out the Encyclopedia Britannica in longhand. So, he did this for 8 weeks. So one day he found the office was closed and there is a notice in front of that office, that is the Red Headed League has been dissolved. So they are closing that office. The notice was in that door. He was shocked and he did not know what to do. He thought someone is playing with him and want to know who did this to him. So he went to Sherlock Holmes for a solution. Let us know what happens after Sherlock Holmes took charge of this case. Sherlock and Dr. Watson went to Wilson's shop that is located in Saxe Coburg Square. Once they reached there, Holmes started walking up and down. He hit the ground with his walking stick. After then, he knocked the doors of Wilson's shop. There, his assistant Spaulding opened the door. Once he opened the door, Sherlock noticed him. He found his trousers were dirty. Spaulding asked, "How can I help you, sir?" Sherlock asked for an address. "So, how can I go to this strand, sir?" So, Spaulding replied, "Go to the third right and fourth left, and you'll be going to that place." So, he told the address and went back to the shop and closed the doors. Watson got confused that Sherlock knows all the places in London very well. So why you asked for that strand? Sherlock told Watson that this is not the time for discussion. I must go back behind the Saxe Coburg Square and find out the reason behind the case. So you go to the hospital and come back tonight at 10 o'clock. Now, Sherlock, Watson, Jones, and a policeman are waiting on the stage behind some boxes in the strong room at the bank. The detectives kept everything ready and waited for Spaulding to arrive at the spot. They put off the lights in the strong room and waited for Spaulding. It was around 11:15 p.m. The room was dark and a light was coming from a stone floor. First hand came out with a gun out of the ground. It was Spaulding with the gun. Sherlock hit Spaulding's arm and the gun fell on the ground. Rose quickly went back into the tunnel. The men were waiting ready to catch Duncan Rose on the other side. Finally, Sherlock got those two culprits, John Clay and Duncan Rose. Sherlock explains everything to Watson, how he found this case. Sherlock says that he suspected Spaulding because he worked for half wages. So that made him think that he may be the culprit. So he kept on watching him. Spaulding often went to the ground floor. That made Sherlock doubt more on him. He thought he might be making a tunnel. So he wants to know where the tunnel is. So he hits the ground with his stick in front of the shop, but he could not find anything. Then Sherlock went to the next street at the back of the shop. There he found a bank nearby it, so he thought the tunnel must be to the bank. Watson asked, "How did you know exactly they are going to take everything today?" Sherlock told that the red-headed leak office was closed. That means the tunnel was ready. So it was nearly the end of the week. So Sunday must be the holiday of the bank. So it was the right time to get it to the bank and take all the things from the bank. That's how we caught the culprits. Everyone were happy and the thieves were caught by the detectives. Hope you have enjoyed the story, children. Thank you.